Yeah, so I think there are many questions there in that
together.
one question. Yeah. So I remember the question where it says, is it possible to correct sexual orientation? Yes, there are several examples of, sexual orientations in individuals that have been corrected. And there are several scientific studies that have been published. I have a list in front of me. Robert Spicer did something very groundbreaking from the University of Columbia, where he published that homosexuals have successfully changed their sexual orientation. There is another study, reorientation study by Dr. Spitzer. Sample size was about 200 people. And there is another landmark study by Stanton Jones and Mark Yarhouse. And their study again proved that sexual orientation can successfully be changed. They also went to the extent of saying that without suffering any psychological harmful backlash. Okay, so that's another big study. It's a longitudinal study. There's another study which speaks about religiously mediated change in sexual orientation as well. And there are many organizations within the Muslim, Christian, and Jewish religions that have groups that work in helping reorientation among these people. The Roman Catholics have something called as Courage. The Mormons have something called as Evergreen. The Jews have something called as Jonah, and the Muslims have something called Straightway. It's only we evangelicals that don't have anything solid, representing from the church as one organization work, but there are several people that are working, and there is no one unified ecclesiastical organization from the evangelical church per se. And so there are many, many examples, scientifically proven research papers that speak about reorientation without any negative psychological effects.
Thanks, Dr. That's
and what's the other question he asked?
How can we relate to such people, positively as well as spiritually?
Yeah, I think that was covered in what I said, right? The 3 C's. The 3 C's are compassion, companionship, and communion with Christ. Yes. And we need to approach them compassionately. And we need to also give companionship. Companionship is never to be given in a one-on-one basis. We should always minister with them in groups, because there are high possibilities, just like in drug rehab, how, the one that you're ministering to can manipulate you. They can really manipulate you. And so go and minister in groups, hear their stories, speak sensitively, speak sensibly, be available for them when they need it and when they are reaching out for help. And the most important that I would say is teach them to commune with the person of Christ, because he is the identity giver. He is the identity transformer. He is the one that says, the old is gone, behold, all things are new. And he is the one that can bring in newness of life. And if we teach them to speak to Christ, to hear Christ, to trust Christ, to confide in Christ, to walk with Christ, I think that will be the greatest help that we could have done to somebody that is looking for help.